The biggest career jump I ever made didn't come from a certification or a promotion, which typically happens. It came from one decision that I was terrified in. I was absolutely intimidated by leaving India and starting my life from zero in the US. I always looked at people who were in US or in Western countries or in different countries working and growing when I was in India, and I always felt I wish I also can grow in my career like them. But how I am going to do it? Because I always felt it's tough. Like, if you can understand, if you are from a middle class family, that for us it's difficult to come up with so much money to initially pay for our education, and then we are not sure, we don't know anyone in a new country. Even if we know, they are not so close for us to grow there. And that's why I always felt it will be very difficult for me to kind of be in a newer country. But when I was in India, the situation here was I was doing okay. I was not doing great. At least in my eyes, people felt I was doing great, but I felt I was doing okay. I had done my education, work, certifications, doing okay. uh, I mean, but I just felt I was little stagnated at the time. I was not able to grow to a level where I wanted to grow, or to a stage where I wanted to grow in a rate, speed I wanted to grow in. I was not getting those opportunities that I wanted to. And that's what my thinking was. But I didn't know how I can kind of decide to change and move out of it. I didn't know how I can do it. The reason was I was looking at the opportunities which were coming, but I just felt I'm trying to get the best opportunity out of it. What else can I do? What is the maximum that I can do apart from, going for the interviews and taking the, applying for the best jobs which are available at the time. I was also exploring, like everyone else, exploring if I can start a new company, a startup, a business, and all that. But there was just something that is missing. That's what I was feeling at the time. If I said I'm going to change my location, and if the opportunity comes, I'll go to a different country. But then I was just thinking, what if it doesn't work? Like, if I go to a new country, I already have my master's degree, I already had my MBA. If I do another master's in US, if I do another, MS degree, I have a MBA, I will do MS, Masters in Science in US. How is it going to help me if I'm going there? Because I already have MBA. The other thing that was coming to my mind was, what if I go there, complete my studies, complete my education, complete my master's degree, and then don't get a job, or get a job which I feel at that time I would feel that I think whatever I was doing in India was much better than what I am doing in US. What if that happens? What if that happens with me, and then I would have spent, few years in the degree, some time, some amount in the education, which is not less, right? If anyone is coming from India or from a different country to US, you would know that education is not going to be that cheap. You need time to pay off the loans for the education that we come with. But because I felt stagnated, I just said, "Mm, I will take that decision. I will just take this decision that I'm going to go there if the opportunity comes, or I will make sure I'm pushing for it to go to US, and I am able to find better opportunities in that." That's what I felt at the time. Now I made that decision. I mean, there are a lot of things, I don't want to talk about those, like, what things that go during making a decision, or once we decide to come to US. If anyone of you have come here, definitely would know a lot of things like documentation, and a lot of things that we have to work on. But I decided, then all these procedural things just went well. I came here. The struggle was real. Yes, the struggle was real. You are coming to a newer country, you don't know a lot of people, you don't know, the food habits are different, a lot of things are different. But it was great that I did it. I feel great that I did it. The reason being, once I did those, few years in the education, I know I had to pay lot, huge chunk of fees in that. But after that, when I was looking for my job opportunities, and I think my horizons changed. The reason being, previously when I was in India, because I had done my MBA in finance, I was mainly looking for the opportunities in finance and all that. When I came to US, because I had my experience, not the experience, but like my practical experience, but the education that I did, my master's degree that I did in US was in a different domain, right? That was not MBA. So that opportunities also opened up for me. Along with whatever I had expertise in, these opportunities also opened up for me. Now, because these opportunities opened up for me, I had bigger horizons, bigger opportunities that came in. I was able to go through, a lot of companies, big companies, Fortune 500 companies, global companies that I never dreamt of. I never dreamt of, to be honest, that I would be able to work. But I was able to do it because I took that decision, even though I did not know exactly how it is going to work. So I really feel that making that decision at the time was the best uh, thing that I did to myself. And with this, there are three kind of lessons that I feel I take out of this experience that I had, and I really feel this would be helpful for anyone who is watching this now. Number one was, your career ceiling is often your location ceiling. What do I mean by that? If you don't change your environment, in my case it was my location of India, or wherever I was looking for my jobs, if you don't change that environment, your environment limits you. That limits you. I see a lot of people, have, over the years and even now, in different capacity, like previously it were my friends and all that. Now when I talk with students or early professionals, when I talk with them, a lot of them have this question that, I'm not able to find a job, or which happens with everyone. I mean, it's nothing wrong, but I'm not able to find a job, it's been a while, I'm not able to find the exact job that I'm looking for and all that. I always ask them, what is your constraint that you have put in, especially for your location? What is the constraint that I have put in? If you are not able to find a job in a specific location that you are looking for, then the thing that you should talk with yourself, and if you feel discouraged, just say, I am not able to find a job in this domain that you are looking for at this location. This is where you want to have that job, but I will find it in that location. If you open up your location, as you say, I am okay to get a job anywhere, it's fine, then it's the probability of you getting that job is much higher, because you are just opened up to a bunch of opportunities, a huge number of opportunities, which someone else may not be able to take. So if you are not restricting yourself, if you don't change that environment, then that environment is going to limit you. That's what I actually felt from my experience. Number two, you don't need perfect clarity. You don't need that perfect clarity. You need courage at that time. In my case, I didn't know the entire path how my career is going to pan out when I'm moving to US. I didn't know exactly how it is going to be. But I just knew I had to move. I had to move because I felt stagnated whatever I was doing at before moving here, and I thought I had to move. If I move, then there something would happen. The path would open up. It will be easier for me to grow and all that. I felt at that time that something would happen. And what if this doesn't happen? What if it doesn't happen? It should be fine. I can always go back to where I was before. And that's what I always felt at the time. So it's good if you have perfect clarity. If you don't, it's fine. You just need to find that courage of taking that decision. Number three, growth happens when the comfort ends. What I mean by that? That one uncomfortable decision. This was an uncomfortable decision that I took. The decision to move away from the comfortable life that I was having. It was comfortable, convenient to stay where I was. Everything is going well. It's comfortable to be in that situation. But that uncomfortable decision I took, it takes time to get used to that, but that gave me 10 times more opportunities. 10 times, or more than that, opportunities which I never thought of. So the growth will never happen if you stay in that comfortable situation. If I had stayed there, it may or may not, I don't know, but I personally feel the growth may not have happened because I tried going everywhere, but the growth was never happening. I just felt I was too comfortable in the life that I had. But that uncomfortable decision that I took gave me a lot more opportunities. Now, because I am trying to build this community, I just want to make sure, I want to ask you, what is that one decision you know you need to make? You know you want to make that decision, but you are scared of making that decision. What is that decision? At that time, for me, it was moving to a newer country, starting from zero. For you, what is that decision? Please tell that in the comments, because I want to build this community in which we are able to help each other. Because at that time when I was taking that decision, I didn't have anybody to talk about this who is going to help me out and make that decision. Is it correct or not? The fear was inside me, but I just had that courage. But if you are able to share that, if someone else is going through the same situation, they can help you with few points as well. So please share that in the comments.